Bryan Kohberger is being arraigned on Monday, and there's going to be some changes to the way that the hearings are going to be shown. Let's get into some Idaho Court updates. Hi everyone, Empowering True Crime, Alex here. So happy that you're with me on a Saturday. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Bryan Kohberger has been accused of killing the Idaho 4 students on November 13th. He was indicted by a grand jury last week, which means that they found sufficient probable cause to go to trial. Instead of having a preliminary hearing that was going to happen in June, that has now been scrapped because a grand jury of jury members found that there's enough evidence. So on Monday, there's going to be an arraignment, and that's happening at 9 a.m. Idaho time. That arraignment, he's going to give his plea of not guilty or guilty. And then we'll see what happens after that. So we're waiting for that moment. That's first. Then at 10 a.m., there's going to be scheduling conference. And at 11, there's going to be a motion hearing. I'm going to get into some documents now in a bit. But if you don't know who I am, Empowering True Crime News is a more empathetic, compassionate, empowering way to cover true crime, more victim focused. We don't like the drama. We do like education, advocacy, and bringing up facts, but and we will question some things, but I am not about overly speculating or about trashing anyone, even within the true crime community. So like I like to say, let's keep it empowering. And with that, let's go into some documents. Originally, all the hearings were going to be online. I talked about this in my video last week. We weren't sure if now, because the arraignment was in person, what was going to happen. So let's dive into some documents showing the changes of these hearings on Monday. Okay, so there were a few documents that were updated on the Idaho website. The first was, let's see here, it's the order regarding the notice of hearing Zoom information. And so basically, I'll just read it here. So this is regarding the meetings on Monday. So it says here, the court is mindful that limited courtroom capacity and potential travel restrictions may interfere with the victims and the defendant's family's ability to observe the court proceedings in this case. Therefore, in the event they are unable to or prefer not to attend the proceeding in person, the court finds it necessary to make the court proceedings available via Zoom for the victims and the defendant's immediate family members under the following restrictions. Hereby ordered that the victims and the defendant's immediate family members may observe the court proceedings in person or via Zoom. And so that's the part that's redacted, which is the meeting ID information and passcode. The Zoom information above shall not be disseminated to anyone other than the victims and the defendant's immediate family members. And also, any recording or live streaming of the proceeding is prohibited. So that goes back to what we talked about a few days ago, which was the question of whether the two hearings that were already scheduled for 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., which were going to be via Zoom, whether they would continue to be via Zoom because the 9 a.m. was not. That was an in-person meeting. So this is signed the 19th of May by Judge John C. Judge, District Judge. And that's been redacted there, and it was sent to Mr. Thompson and Ms. Taylor. So that goes back to what we were talking about before. So that answers that question. So the next one here, it's the second amended notice of hearing criminal. So this is the 10 a.m. And this is the one that was the scheduling conference with the Gonzalez family, with the media group, so that they could discuss the gag order. So that's the scheduling conference is when you find out everybody's schedules and you get together to come up with a time that's best for everyone. So that is scheduled for 10. So remember that the arraignment is happening at 9 a.m. and that again is an in-person. So this has been amended also because remember the previous one was for an online. So this has been amended. So it's no longer going to be available via Zoom. And then the third hearing that's scheduled is the motion hearing. That's at 11 a.m. And if this is still what it was the last time, it should be the motion to compel discovery, which my understanding is it has to do with the defense wanting to get additional discovery, additional evidence that the state has. And so that is going to be discussed at 11 a.m. Also, this was no longer an online hearing like the last time. Both the 10 o'clock and the 11 o'clock hearings were going to be online. So now it's only going to be via Zoom for the families of the defendant and of the victims. The next document here is a second amended order vacating the hearing setting scheduling conference. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but if you want, you can pause here and read the whole thing on this page. And then you can pause here and read the whole thing here. Basically, what happened is that the Gonzalez's originally were going to have a motion to appeal, amend or clarify the amended non-dissemination order, essentially the gag order, on May 25th. But because they combined the meeting, the motion, the scheduling conference on the 22nd with the media group, they are now, they're basically they're vacating the May 25th meeting in favor of the May 22nd meeting. Why this is now? Maybe they just did that just as a formality because it was there was a previous document that stated that the meeting was not going to be a scheduling conference on the 22nd. So in other words, the May 25th meeting that was for the Gonzalez family to discuss the gag order is no longer happening. That's been vacated. And the May 22nd meeting on Monday is going to basically pull together all the different respective parties that are all discussing the gag order together so that they can schedule another motion hearing to discuss the gag order. So the last two paragraphs basically state that here. It says that it is hereby ordered that the motion hearing re Gonzalez's motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify amended non-dissemination order scheduled for May 25th is vacated. It is further ordered that a scheduling conference re Gonzalez's motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify amended non-dissemination order and the Associated Press et al.'s motion to intervene and motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order will be held on May 22nd at 10 a.m. in person. So that all of this was just tailing all of the background of all of the different notices and hearings and such related to this matter. And these are all the individuals that are included, including Wendy Olson is the attorney for the media group. Shannon Gray is the attorney for the Gonzalez family. And so these are all the individuals that are related to the case. And so that is what's happening on Monday. So once again, love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I cannot wait for Monday. I was really looking forward to the Zoom, to being on the Zoom and covering it, but that's not going to happen in this case. So we'll wait to see what comes out afterward. It appears that there was supposed to be a pooled media, so that will either be not showing, or maybe they'll have just some clips to be able to for the media to be able to show after the fact. But it remains that we won't be able to participate in that in any of those hearings, unfortunately. So we'll wait to see what comes out on Monday. I will be covering it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think. And I look forward to just diving in on Monday after the 3 hearings happen. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something today, I'd appreciate if you hit the thumbs up. Also, I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I truly, truly from my heart appreciate you joining the empowering family of powering warriors that really want to get justice for the victims. So let's keep it empowering, stay safe, stay thriving, and have a fabulous rest of your weekend. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications. Thank you.